What's happening, YouTube? Back in the building with one member of the Life Gang Avengers of Current Culture. It's your boy Lamont Tyson, and I'm doing an emergency live stream today because of all the crazy news going on in the stock market with AMC and GameStop. And if you're finding me for the first time, please subscribe. This information I'm going to talk about will still be relevant even after this live stream is over. So just take a look, go back and watch it. And if you're new to trading, be sure to jump in the video description link and get my Robinhood link. You get a free stock, I get a free stock. And follow me over at the Life Gains page on Facebook. So, ladies and gentlemen, for some of us traders, it was a very frustrating morning. And I'm going to take you to my Robinhood account in a second. It was frustrating because overnight AMC exploded. So did GameStop, but GameStop has been exploding for the last couple of days because of Wall Street's bets. I think you can take a look at Wall Street's bets and their power as basically Occupy Wall Street for retail investors versus the hedge fund guys. And all of us regular retail traders want to take advantage of this one way or the other one. And what happens this morning? Reasons why we support these type of regimes, Wall Street bets, is because they are trying to stand up for the retail investor. And when you got on Robinhood from about 9:30 when the markets open, and also my TD Ameritrade account and others, you couldn't do anything. They was crashed. Sites was crashed. So in those very minutes, while we retailers didn't have access to anything, what you think the big guys was doing? They was moving stuff around, and we retailers couldn't do it, which is why we retailers complain. But however, saying that, ladies and gentlemen, the fundamentals don't change. And I'm going to explain to you guys how to play AMC and how to play GameStop. Now, let's first talk about GameStop. First things first with GameStop. The fundamentals are horrible with that company. The company's closing store locations. They haven't figured out how to capitalize on video games moving to digital download. I tried to give them a business idea. Why don't you set up some kind of renting service the same way Netflix has done with their streaming service? Set up some kind of plan where people pay $40, $50 a month and they can play video games 3 to 5 days and have so many of them they can just download into a query and play them. But we ain't heard no talks of that. And so the fundamentals are still horrible, but the stock is trading at $300 right now. That's not sustainable, ladies and gentlemen. And I know we do have the outlier of Tesla where the fundamentals don't match them, but the fundamentals going forward in the future in terms of what Tesla is going to be doing do match. You can't say that Tesla is a car company because they're more than a car company. They are an energy company. They've got cars, they've got solar, and they also have other technologies. What does GameStop have for you to bank on in the future? None of the above. But Tesla is the outlier, but they are being evaluated as a car company. That valuation doesn't add up, but Tesla does more than cars. GameStop is being evaluated for what it is. It's where games stop. And I'm telling you guys, if you're going to play that stock and you're a long-term investor, sit on the sideline. If you're a new investor and you're just now learning how to do puts and calls and all that, sit on the sideline. Just watch this and learn from it. But if you're someone who's a little bit more experienced or intermediary, I would say the best thing to do with GameStop is to simply buy a long put if you can afford it. And now let's jump into my Robinhood account, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about when I say a long put. Now, that is if Robinhood lets you get into it, because this morning I couldn't get into my Robinhood account because it was frozen, not the one on the website. I was able to get into my Robinhood on my phone, and I placed the order for a long put, but it hasn't executed yet. So I'm sitting around waiting for that execution. And let's go on my messages. As you can see right there, I live by what I say. I executed this morning one contract of GameStop that goes through April the 16th. Hasn't executed yet. I hope it does because I set my put minimum at 280. All right. So let's go in here and let me explain to you guys what that means. So we go in here and check out GME, which is GameStop. I mean, damn, you guys shut down the internet. Y'all shut down trading apparatuses this morning. So GameStop has already come back down under $300. When this morning at a high, it was about 352. And a lot of us was like, come on, man, you got to let us get in right now because we losing money. And so, and if you're using someone like Robinhood, which you guys know I am a fanboy of Robinhood, I live by them. I couldn't get in and I couldn't get the type of put order I wanted because I would have wanted my put order to be somewhere around 340, just below that. And I couldn't do it. So let me go over here and we'll take a look in there and show you what's going on. And so right now, I'm telling you guys that this stock is going to come down like the Hindenburg. Maybe not this month, but it can't sustain this level of price per share when the fundamentals are horrible and the company's not going anywhere. So if you've got enough money to outlast this jump, you can get this thing done. So, and the best advice for someone who's going to try to do that is you come over here and you buy a put. What is a put? A put means that you think the stock is going to go down. You're bearish on the stock. You don't believe that it's going to last this long. Now, if you're going to buy this put for, I mean, these numbers have gone through the roof now. Literally, if you was going to buy a put that ends on Friday and you want to buy it at the 310 level, can you do the math on $100? 100 times 100. And let me just make sure I tell you guys the truth about this. I'm going to pull out the calculator and I'm going to do it because you're not going to believe this. Because you remember, one contract is 100 shares of said stock. And right now at that level, 100 times 100 is going to cost you $10,000 if you bought the 310 strike. That's what it's going to cost you right now. And then your break even is $209. And it keeps ticking around. And when I tried to get in this morning, it wasn't that much for me. It cost me $3,000 to get through April, which I got a good feeling that Robinhood ain't even going to get my order in because I'm pretty much going to make that money because this thing is coming back down. So let's just go and take a look at what I did through April 16th. April 16th, early this morning, I bought the 280 strike price. See that 280 strike is what I bought for a put. And right now it's costing you, let me make sure I do the math correctly on this, 183 times 100, $18,000 is what it's going to cost you right now to buy a strike at 280. And your break even point is the stock has got to get back down to $97. And my break even this morning, I just really needed the stock to get back down, and I've got my little ledger here. I needed the stock to get back down to somewhere around 190 something. And so that's what precious time matters when you're trying to get these stocks done, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that, something that I paid $3,000 for to last till April, now it's going to cost you $18,000, which is why a lot of us retailers are frustrated. We're upset at what happened this morning because you cost us precious money. We could have made, some of us could have got out this thing already, but no, everybody's apparatus was frozen and suspended. So if you want to play, if you've got the money and you want to play GameStop, do yourself a very, very long put. The longer, the better. But I mean, at $18,000, $19,000, I know a lot of people aren't going to be able to make that happen. So if I were you, I wouldn't do anything with the stock. I wouldn't do nothing unless you got the money to blow on that. And with AMC, let's come over here and take a look at AMC. For some reason, ladies and gentlemen, in my gut, I feel like this is going to be the next stock that social media might attempt to run up. And so if you're someone who's a long-term investor, again, with AMC, don't even touch it right now. And the reason why I say don't touch it is because they did just get an infusion of almost $1 billion in cash, but the CEO got on CNBC and said himself, that's just enough to get us through fall if nothing else changes with coronavirus. And so even though we're getting people vaccinated and we're getting vaccines in people, there's a whole swath of people who do not believe in the vaccine. They're not wearing masks. They just F it. I ain't doing nothing with it. And I can tell you right now, we're not going to be done with coronavirus not even by the end of this year. So I don't even see how this is going to work for AMC unless AMC gets futuristic and comes up with a streaming app where you can pay some money, or unless AMC starts doing drive up in your car movie theaters. And I don't see either one of those happening. But if you want to try to capture some of the gains on AMC because you think it's got legs to keep going up, then you would come in here. Do not invest in this company. This is not going to be something I would say you need to be buying right now. We need to see how they're going to do and rebound after coronavirus. But if you want to play on AMC, I would say your best bet would be to buy a call. And on Robinhood, they are limiting your ability to buy a call to $9. That's your strike price. And so you could buy the call, and the most you would pay is $878. That's the most you pay, and that's the most you can lose. So if you've got $873 to burn, hey, maybe jump on it. And you can see right here, your break-even price would be $17.75, meaning the minute it goes past $17.78, you're making money. And you know how I do. You don't go broke pulling your profit. The minute that thing makes $1, sometimes I'll pull it because you don't go broke taking profits. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to play these two stocks, that's how I would play them. Consider thinking about making those moves in that way. And we did have a little bit of news come out today from Elon Musk, who's rallying the Wall Street bad boys, and Chapma Papatia. He runs Social Capital. Both CEOs, I really, really love them because they're futuristic. They are about the retailers. But just on these stocks, ladies and gentlemen, they're billionaires. They can afford to throw around $1 million, $3 million and possibly gain $9, $10 million, whatever. But as retailers, regular folks, we can't afford to do none of that stuff. So having said those things, ladies and gentlemen, play it slow. If you're new to this thing, just sit out, pull out your paper, write down what's going on so you can start learning how these things go. I didn't even show you guys the implied volatility, which I highly use as one of my criteria for making any stock move. And the implied volatility on both stocks is just through the damn roof. Do you hear me? They in outer space on the moon somewhere, standing beside the flag, taking selfies. They are just astronomical. And you guys know I usually bet against those type of stocks that have these astronomical implied volatility, which means people are in and out the stock. That's what implied volatility stands for. So, ladies and gentlemen, be careful out there. Be safe. I want you guys to prosper from the stock market. I want you guys to be creating wealth from the stock market. And the stock market is not always about the fundamentals. The fundamentals is for long-term investing, yes. But in the short term, momentum is what can get you high gains and high losses. So be careful with these two because right now they've got that short-term momentum going, and I want you guys to be safe. And real quick, let me see what you guys is talking about in the comments section. I didn't have a chance to say hello to everyone because I wanted to jump into the content. Good morning, 351 Cleveland. Good morning, William. Gino, my brother. Tammy Rowe, what's up? AJ, my brother, what's up? Steelers Force. He says, bro, let me put this up here so you guys can see it. I'm so mad at myself, laugh out loud. Last year, I bought GameStop for $9. Man, did you sell it? And ladies and gentlemen, don't be mad or frustrated when you can make money off of stock and then later on you see it goes up. Just make sure that when you pull your money, and that's called being disciplined in the stock market, when you made enough profit, you pull some of that profit and you invest it somewhere else that's emerging. That's called long-term investing. That's called setting yourself up for generational wealth. Don't be mad about that, my brother. You've done the right thing as long as you set yourself up for another future stock. Jeremy B is in the building, and he is talking about Bed Bath & Beyond at 83% short percentage. Could this be the next squeeze? A lot of people are talking about Bed Bath & Beyond. And ladies and gentlemen, on any of these stocks, GameStop, Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC, do not put your long-term money in any of these. This needs to be play money. This literally needs to be some gambling money and you making, your best rational gut decision on which way the stock is going to go. And Mr. Universe Sports, he says, what about investing in the travel like Carnival? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Not right now. Your money can better be served investing in something that can continue to make you money right now, where you can pull profits when it is time to start betting on Carnival and some of these reopened stocks. So right now, airlines, I'm going to say no. Cruises, I'm going to say no. Pretty much the only one that I would spend money on is a very expensive stock called Booking Holdings. It's like a $2,000 stock, because they seem to stay within a certain range and bump back up. And when they start to bump back up, I mean, they really bump. They'll jump $100 in a day and hang out there. So in terms of those type of leisure activities, if you want to bet on something that can make you some money now that is also going to bump when reopen happens, buy Disney. You get the benefit of the streaming platform that is really boosting their revenues. And when they open back up their theme parks, which equivalates to almost half of their revenue, that stock is going to go through the moon. And that's all, ladies and gentlemen, based on the fundamentals. And when we see those fundamentals come into play, you're going to get momentum, which is going to also drive the stock even higher. Let's see yeah, AJ, that is the baby in the background. And, what can I say, man? I'm a happy dad. Hashtag girl dad at that. So ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for my quick emergency stock report. What's going on this morning? We will be back tonight at 9 o'clock where we do our full live show where we'll cover what events are going on in America. We'll talk a little bit more about stocks. We'll also talk about any new trailers in the movies and TV show world. We'll get all that. And I got one more. Remy Red. What about oil? Well, first of all, I've never been a fan of oil, and I don't believe in oil taking a huge bump. If anything, because of the person we have in the White House right now, you'd be better served in banking your money on all renewable energy sources, such as BEPC, that's Brookfield Renewable, such as BE, Bloom Energy Box. Really love them. NEO, Tesla, these are all energy companies. Even though NEO and Tesla is a quote-unquote car company, they're all energy companies. NEO does solar, and they have batteries you can put on your home to capture that solar and use it. Tesla has those solar boxes that you can put in your garage with their solar. So these are all future companies you can bet on that'll give you outstanding growth and return probably over the course of this year, and it'll be sustainable because we're just now scratching the surface of renewable energy. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. If you haven't started using the Robinhood platform, be sure to check the video description. Get my Robinhood link. Hit me on Instagram. Link is in the description. Hit me on the Life Gains Facebook page. That link is all in the description. And until that next sexy as hell video, which will be tonight when we go live, be safe out there investing, people, and sit on the sideline if you're really, really new to this. And I'll catch you tonight.